Hello guys. The Pandion 50s, they've been sent from Haugesund to Trondheim, and I finally got to listen to them. First though, I went to Hifaklubben and I listened to the Dali Epicons again. Dali Epicon 8. Yeah. What I can say about the Dali Epicons is that they are very entertaining in the high ends. So it's a very dynamic high end. That's because they got the band treble and the dome treble. So band and dome. Yeah, so they sort of cooperate. It doesn't work too well sometimes. Sometimes it's a little bit too sparkly, and I've spoken about that before. They are a bit too bright in the high ends, unfortunately. Yeah. But very awesome speakers. Jesus Christ, they look like nothing I've ever seen before. It's epic stuff from Dali design-wise, and there's nothing wrong about that. So if I would choose a speaker just because of design, then I would choose the Dali Epicon 8. Yeah. The cable I listened to on the Dali Epicon 8 was Rocket 88 or Rocket 80. I'm not sure, but it's a pretty expensive speaker cable, and the speaker is just amazing. It's dynamics like you never heard before. I did try to listen to the Dali Epicon 8 on crap speaker cables. They cost like about under 1,000 kroner for 3 meters each. But I wouldn't recommend doing that because the speakers sounded crap with these cables compared to the Rocket 88 cables. Yeah. And on the Pandion 50, I did listen to, they have another brand of cables, Soundgarden do, than Hifaklubben. They got Heimdall, which costs approximately the same as the Rocket 88. So I listened to Heimdall because they don't have Rocket 88 there. So I listened to Heimdall, and I got the same dynamics and a lot of punch to the bass with these cables. I also did listen to some crap cables. These were even more crap than the ones in Hifaklubben. They cost only 200 kroner. And again, I wouldn't recommend using those types of cables for any speaker, because you just get a crap sound, and what's the point? Because if you got a cheap speaker, let's say a speaker for just 2,000 kroner, and you feed them with the Rocket 88, you're gonna be amazed. It's just a huge difference either way. But that's off topic. Enough about cables, but I just thought I'd mention it so you know what cables I used when I tested these speakers out. But enough of that now. I went to Soundgarden and listened to, right after I listened to the Dali Epicons, I went to Soundgarden. And these speakers were white. Pandion 50. And I started listening to the sales clerk there wanted to like demonstrate his type of music, which they usually do for these types of speakers. Any type of speaker. And I could hear right away, right off the bat, that the Pandion 50 has, well, it's got a lot more bass than the Dali Epicon 8. And that has nothing to do with the amplifier or anything like that, because I tested the Pandion 50 with a amplifier on the same price range as NAD. It costs 42,000, but yeah, the other one costs 35, so it's the same. But the Pandion 50 isn't too bright like the Dali Epicon 8 is. It's a little bit more subtle in the high ends. But other than that, they sort of sound the same. But you just get, well, a little bit more bass. That was my impression the first time I heard them, anyway. And then I had a couple of errands. I didn't get to listen to much. I had some things and stuff to do. But the second day I listened to him, I decided to listen to the Pandion 50 first. And then I got to listen to my own music. I brought my own CDs and stuff. And a little bit of Aphex Twin, a little bit of Clark, which is a new artist from Warp. And some general left field type music, which is it's a very relaxed genre, almost like ambient. And I also listened to the Blade Runner soundtrack, a lot of piano themes there. The Pandion 50 handles the saxophone really well, so it's like you hear it's there, it's clear, but it's not too bright, and that is truly awesome. And the bass, there's a lot of bass to these speakers. You don't need a subwoofer at all to them, so the Pandion 50 score. And then I went to listen to the Dali Epicon 8. So this time I went vice versa. The last time I listened to Dali's first, but this time I listened to the Pandion first. So now I'm going to listen to the Dalis. And you know what happened? The Dali sounded like... It just sounded... I don't know. It sounded like a speaker that doesn't cost 140,000 kroner. It sounded like a speaker that costs probably 60,000. Well, the Pandion 50, well, it sounds like a speaker for 140,000 kroner. Yeah, it really does. Because the Dalis, more dynamic high range, of course, but I don't really need that for much of my music. For example, on the third CD of Air's third album, song title I can't remember, so I'm gonna edit it in there so you see it right now. The Dali Epicon 8 treats this song, in some portions of the song it's just too bright and you hear like it's sort of a pop in your ears, and you don't get that with the Pandion 50. And you get a lot less bass with the Dali Epicon 8 than you do with the Pandion 50. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. But if I would choose a speaker just for design and just leave him standing there without playing him too loud, then the Dali would win the race. But the Pandion 50, Jesus, it's just so much better speaker, it sounds so much better, and it treats my ears with respect and doesn't attack me in the high ranges. So, and I can turn that music up and I can treat it with awesome bass, lots of mids, and the treble just tops it all off. Much like the Mantra 70, but here you get more of the high ranges and it's a lot more dynamic. Yeah. So my conclusion is the Pandion 50 just wins. It's just a better speaker. You get a lot more for your money with the Pandion 50. Design-wise, it just looks like a normal speaker, but the Dali Epicon 8, it looks like art. Yeah, but I'm not buying art, I'm buying a speaker. And that's why the Pandion 50 it's won. It's beaten Baron Wilkins, Dali, and we only got one winner, so that's the Pandion 50. Yeah. Congratulations, Sister Medio. Your speaker is the winner. Some users on YouTube have been suggesting me going and listening to speakers in Oslo. They have a few dealers in Oslo, which they don't have here in Trondheim, but I'm not going to bother with that. This test was between Baron Wilkins, Dali, and System Audio. And System Audio has taken the prize, and it has won both against the Baron Wilkins and the Dali. So congratulations, Pandion 50. I'll be saving up money for that, because that's the speaker I want. But I don't want it in white color. I want it probably in that walnut thing, which is has a sort of a reddish tint to it. Yeah. So there we go. That's my speaker roundup, series comparison. Call it what you want. If you have some questions, or if you think something was left unanswered, please leave a comment below here, and I'll try to answer as best I can. Okay. Oh well. Here's to System Audio. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and see you later. Enough about cables, but I just thought I'd mention it so you know what cables I used when I tested these speakers out.